won the national pennant 4 times, and won the division title 8 times. In 1997, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And one of the statistics that when I was doing a little homework that I was really appreciated, in those 20 years, he had 9 players as the National League Rookie of the Year. That tells us commitment to individuals and training and helping them become the best they can be. He's been married to his wife, Jo, for 60-plus years. That's a huge credit.
Woo!
Let me introduce to you Mr. Tommy Lasorda from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Thank you very much for that one introduction. I felt like I died. But it's great to be here. You know, I got to see my old nemesis, Jay Bell, who helped beat us a lot of times. And if you youngsters are interested in a role model, just look to Jay Bell. He's one of the best. I want to thank Logan, White, Dina, and Lori, and Debbie for allowing me to come out here. When I talked to Logan, he said, Tommy, every time I watch you on television, you never fail to mention how proud you are to be living in the greatest country in the world. I said, that's right, Logan. He said, then you definitely believe in the Constitution of this country. I said, I sure do, Logan. He said, then you believe in free speech in this country. I said, I sure do. He said, good. You're going to have to make one for the Little League. So
what did he say? Free speech.
You know, I'll tell you, it was so nice, so enjoyable watching those youngsters run out on that field and the way they hustle and the effort that they gave just in running out when they were introduced. That's beautiful. You get chills when you see something like that. And I want to say this, you know, to you mothers. You mothers are the ones who take them to the games. Your mothers are the ones who stay with them. The fathers working, trying to earn a living. But I think everybody in this place should give the mothers a nice round of applause.
Woo!
You know, when I was growing up in Norristown, Pennsylvania, we didn't have stuff like this. We didn't have Little League, we didn't have Pony League, we had absolutely nothing. But I'll tell you what, we had a team, a neighborhood team, and was all Italians, and we would go play the Irish, and we'd go play the black teams, and that was our way. No coaches, nothing, no uniforms, no balls and bats or what. But we had a guy on our team named Vinny. And Vinny decided to write a letter to God for some money so we could buy some bats and balls so we can play. So he said, sent this letter to God. And it went through the postal system, and the Postmaster General finally got the letter. And he opened it and he read it. He felt so bad about these youngsters at Norristown, Pennsylvania. No bats and balls, no uniforms or nothing. So out of the goodness of his heart, he read the letter and it said, we need $100 to buy these balls and bats. So out of the goodness of his heart, he put a $20 bill in and sent it to Vinny. Well, the next time, he got another letter from God, to God. And it said, Dear God, the next time you want to send us $100, don't send it by way of the post office because they deducted $80 for taxes. Now the moral of this story is, you youngsters don't have to write that letter because you've got uniforms, you've got coaches, you've got the gentlemen who spend the time trying to help you be better people and better persons. So how about a nice round of applause for the coaches? I have so much admiration for you coaches. You come out here with these youngsters, you put them down on the field, you help them out, but just remember one thing, don't put a pressure on them. Let them play. let them have fun. And if they strike out, just remind them to look in the paper and see how many people struck out in the major leagues. If they make an error, tell them to check the major leagues. They make errors up there too. When they make an error and they feel bad, put your arm around them. Tell them how much you love them and let them enjoy baseball. Do not put any pressure on these youngsters now. And to you youngsters, I'm sure you all want to be big league players. That's great. But remember this, you got to get a good education. That means more than anything in your life. Because many of you may not get to the big leagues, but a good education is something that no one can take away from you. An education will open many doors to success for you. So be sure, and when you go to the school, you get a good education. And then if you want to be a ball player, that's great. So I know many of you would like to be Dodgers out there. So I want to say to all you youngsters, enjoy it, have fun. This is what it's all about. Baseball is fun. I used to tell my players, we'll have a lot of fun, but when we get out between the white lines, then the fun begins when we win. But you don't have to feel like that now. When you get up into high school, then you have to start thinking about doing those things. But boy, I'll tell you, the speed I saw running out on that field was so impressive. I'm going to tell Logan White to be sure and keep checking you guys out, because I know amongst all these youngsters who were introduced, there's going to be a lot of them want to play for the Dodgers. So, and I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if it's gotten this far yet, but there's a saying in this country. If you do not pull for the Dodgers, you may not get into heaven. So remember that. So I'll tell you this. In ending, I want you to know that I enjoy coming here just as much as those youngsters see a major league manager and a major league player or something like that, because I enjoy it because I see what goes on here. This is great for the community. This is great for those youngsters, because when it keep them on these fields and they'll stay away from problems in the streets. So this is what I like to see. I do this to so many of them throughout this country, and I'm really honored to be here today. So when I say to all you youngsters, when you go to bed tonight, kiss your mom and dad goodnight and say your prayers. And if you have any compassion in your heart, you'll say a prayer for Tommy and the Dodgers. Thank you.
Opening day ceremonies, Padres, getting ready to kick off their 2011 season.
Tommy, thank you very much for those words.
Tommy Lasorda.
I'd like to recognize real briefly